Alright, apparently once again, we've got the all-pick stuff going down, and I'm not sure if this is just because they remade both games into all-pick or what the hell happened, but unfortunate, we're not going to get a drafting phase in either game. Nonetheless, we will get a game 2 here, and we'll see who can finish the series off with a win. As the Legion side is looking to sport Bushwhack, Rally, Nymphora, Drunken Master, and Tempest. So, some interesting stuff going down here. Bushwhack, the obvious one, but let's leave that aside for a second, because I'd like to talk about Nymphora for a moment if I possibly could, because I really do feel like this hero is massively underrated. She wins a lot of games. Obviously, the skill set is definitely there with the heal and the mana regen, which is one of the very few, mana regen spells, maybe even the only one. Witch Slayers, I guess, technically counts, but Nymphora's, I think, is obviously much, much better. And, of course, Teleport, Stun. She's so versatile, she's so good as a support, and I don't know why people don't pick her up more, but the numbers certainly suggest that she has a lot more potential than we really see. But let's move on to the obvious one, and that's Bushwhack. Obviously, Chessie used to be a big fan, is perhaps still a big fan of this hero, as his farming potential is off the charts if he gets going. That, was that Splinter Shot? Yeah. Always fun when I actually remember the names of these abilities. Splinter Shot obviously providing an excellent farming mechanism when appropriately used. Very, very mobile here with the sidestep and has the spammable jungle dart. So, not a lot of mana intensity, and he is extremely difficult to deal with. Just, he's so freaking mobile. He's everywhere with that sidestep. It's incredibly annoying. And constantly shooting those darts at you, and they don't really cost very much mana, so has the ability to spam those spells, and no doubt a very versatile, very powerful, excellent late game hero that we don't really see too much of, but the best carry, arguably, and on definitely the best, the carry on the best team in the world, definitely thought highly of this hero, so I suggest that we all do the same. Hellborn side, meanwhile, I'm going to go for Prisoner 945, Gunblade, Bubbles, Empath, and Torture. So they are once again looking at the Gunblade pickup, this time going to complement with a Prisoner instead of a Rally, and a Bubbles instead of a Blood Hunter, as well as Empath over Rhapsody and Torture over Master of Arms. So changing a lot of the lineup. Meanwhile, actually down here, Bushwhack can get caught by a hook, and he's going to try to sidestep, will miss the chain reactions. We'll see if they can actually get the kill here. They will. Nicely placed ward there by Banana Minion, and that will help pick up the kill onto Wimpo G, who is playing that solo short Bushwhack, and obviously up to a really poor start. -6 gold per minute. In that bottom lane, not looking so great. So this looks like going to be an immense tri lane, and they're going to have to rotate something. It looks like Nymphora will be the choice. So she'll be over here, and this is a really good way to deal with Bushwhack, I think. So I like the decision to run a tri-lane here. Prisoner going to be able to be highly aggressive, and Nymphora perhaps going to get caught out, not so much. But Bushwhack is going to have a hell of a time farming down here. And, I mean, honestly, I don't know enough about the hero to say, oh, if he gets shut down early, he won't be good. I suspect that's actually not the case. I think that if you stack even a little bit for him, and he manages to get some alone time, and farm for a little bit, he should be okay. He seems like he should have that recovery potential. But obviously shutting down a carry early is, always better than not, so no doubt this lane going to be problematic for Bushwhack. Prisoner should get pretty much free farm, and things looking good for TCC right off the bat as they pick off that Bloodlust. Middle lane, Drunken Master will be going up against Bubbles, and this is a lane that Drunken, I think, should win. I don't suspect either will get a kill on each other, although I think if I had to put money on one person getting a kill on the other, I would pick Bubbles. Obviously, Drunken, strong defensive hero with the stagger away. Meanwhile, up top, actually, they're going to try to jump onto Gunblade. Compel is also there, and they're going to look for a turn kill. Yep, that's going to happen. So Nymphora picked the last hit, and that will be a nice kill onto the opposing team's short laner. So 1 for 1, obviously still in favor of the Hellborn side as they picked up Bloodlust. Meanwhile, middle lane Torture looking to roam over and put some damage onto Drunken Master. And it's possible he's looking to roam top. But anyway, in that middle lane, I do expect, if anybody's going to get a kill on the other one, I would imagine it would be Bubbles. Just because the burst damage is there, and he's a lot easier to get away with a Shell Surf having substantially longer range as an escape mechanism. Over here, Nymphora and Torture going to sort of go at it. And up in this top lane, it's a Suicide Rally, obviously. There's a stun onto Tort, and he could be in some trouble. Compel forward, actually, and that's going to be a dead Torture. Chain reactions go down, but one more auto attack should finish him off. And there's the kill. Gunblade now trying to get a counter kill on Nymphora, but we'll see if they can actually do it. Zeal stun hits on only one side, and Gunblade trying to get the last hit there, but Nymph pops a health pot, and she should be okay. Drawing a port here as Torture comes in from the side. Nymph's trying to mana herself up and avoid the chain reactions here. Will not be able to do so. Now she's in trouble. Last auto attack from Ubergimp will get the kill. So they do go for one on the supports. As that, I think, favors the Hellborn once again, because Ubergimp got the kill, and BP Factory here on this Nymphora was the one that picked up the kill onto Torture. So a little bit beneficial there for them. Bottom lane, they've actually disbanded the Shrine lane, really, and they're looking to run more of the aggressive dual lane. Obviously still level 2 Bushwhack. Will draw a port here to try to help him out. As here comes Nymphora. Wall is there. Hook in. Will kill her. And Nymphora now going to be in some trouble very possibly. Empath trying to do some blocking for Prisoner's auto attacks. Let's see if they can actually get this through. Essence Link is not available, as neither is the Wall. So Nymphora able to skirt on out of there. But obviously very low. Needs to be extremely careful in this bottom lane, lest she get hooked again. Obviously Prisoner not having enough mana for it, but Blood Chalice, so that could change very quickly. Actually, I think if he pops the Blood Chalice, he does have enough mana. Looking for some rune contesting here, and actually Bubbles will be backed off of it. Oh no, that was a bad decision. Essence Link goes down though onto Drunken Master, and are they gonna be able to get this? No, Hook does not connect. Tempest with a nice Glacial Blast there. Gonna stop Empath, but now he's in some trouble. Double stun from Nymphora. Zeal hits on both sides, and Bushwhack's here as well. They're gonna turn this onto Empath really quickly. And Prisoner now going to try to get away. Let's see if he can actually live. Drunken Master gets manned up, and that's going to help out. Torture is here with an Invis rune, so they're going to be able to kill Prisoner, but they might turn this on to Drunken. No, Shell Surf actually will connect there. And now Torture is in some trouble, has the impalement down, but Bushwhack doing a lot of damage. One more auto attack. One more auto attack to the health potion, and that's going to be too much. Meanwhile, here off to the side, Bubbles trying to get the kill on Nymphora. Should be able to pick it up. Tempest is sort of in the woods. No, actually, Bubbles going to back off there. Interesting. If he had gone a little bit more aggressive, that probably would have been killing Nymphora, as he had the Shell Surf coming back up. And Tempest nearby, but could not do anything about it. Over here, she does finally pick it up. And I think just a random happened to spot him and is like, oh, yeah, hello. Nymphora caught in a rock in a hard place. Either could go to the right, take the auto attacks and die, or the Shell Surf basically had no way to live through that. So well played to Bubbles, as he picks up a couple of kills actually in that engagement. In the lane, Drunken going to jump on top of Bubbles though, and he does have the Shell Surf, so he should be okay. But going to take a fair bit of damage from that aggression. So this game, much more even, I think, at the 5-minute mark. 6-5 hero kills in favor of TCC, actually. They also have the gold lead, but the experience in favor of the guys on Sjol. Sjol, Sjolopimperne, Sjolopimperne, I don't know. It's probably something in Swedish, and I'm butchering it every single time I say something close. Meanwhile, up top, Gunblade looking to get the kill. Will do so. No, Compel is there. And yes, he is going to get the kill, but he's going to pay for it, as it ends up being a 1-for-1 in favor of the Legion, no doubt. Obviously, Gunblade gets the experience for that, but losing your short laner for the suicide is usually not the correct decision. On the other hand, Rally was at 250 gold per minute, so perhaps that was pretty okay. 6-minute rune here going to be spawning, and Bubbles, you do not have enough health to contest this. It did not work last time, it's not going to work again. Meanwhile, Bushwhack off the side does get caught by the wall in the shackle. That's going to be a death. Torture coming in from the side, though, actually will back Drunken Master off of the rune. So good control there. Nice teamwork and communication. Over here, Nymphora looking for something, as the Illusion Rune is trying to get picked up here by Empath. Trying to get a Zeal. Essence Link goes down and gets the stun. Empath continuing to guard the rune, and Bubbles will come pick it up here off to the side, actually. Nymphora going to take the shackle, and will dodge the hook, though. That should be enough to get him away. Bubbles trying to go for some aggression, but won't find it. And we'll just go back, pick up the Illusion Rune, and head back to middle lane. Drunken once again jumping in here, so he knows which one's real. And off to the side, Tempest is here with an ultimate, but he will not catch Bubbles, who managed to get the Shell Surf off. Torture is almost certainly going to fall here. Drops the impalement actually in the chain reactions. He's trying to get away, so I'm going to see also goes down. Drunken Master going to be in a lot of trouble here. Is going to get the kill. but that's going to be it. Meanwhile, bottom lane, ultimate from Prisoner goes on to Nymphora, but she's going to sidestep. Well done. Except there's the wall, and all of a sudden she's still in a lot of trouble. One more auto attack should finish her off. There it is. Empath getting the kill. Bushwhack's still level 3. So Wimpo-G really having a poor time here in this bottom lane. 126 gold per minute, and he's just not doing anything. Shortcan on that Prisoner 945 at 315 GPM. And Bushwhack obviously in a hell of a lot of trouble. Notable that mid lane Squiz is at 275, so not doing bad there, and actually out farming Drunken Master at 267. And the top lane Ubergamp at 318 compared to Mr. Rally at 207. So really Hellborn winning all 3 lanes, and the difference is Dr. Rectum on that Tempest at 260 GPM. There's Kelfield going to be here on to Rally. We'll also take the Shell Surf, and Drunken Master trying to get the initiation there, but won't find it thanks to port. And Rally going to die here as a result of Gunblade being a little bit too powerful for him. Anyway, the difference, obviously, and the reason that the Legion side isn't massively behind is the fact that Tempest is farming decently, not super well. And he's obviously doing better than either support there. Empath at 200 gold per minute and Torture at 100 gold per minute. And this is why jungle strats are viable, people. This is why you should run junglers, because even though the Legion side is losing all 3 lanes, and they are down in resources, they're not that far down just because they're only a jungler. Jump there onto Bubbles as Trucken's like, yeah, let's just use some of this mana. And if we're going to get pulled back in, but it gets a nice, actually, Zilson onto the 2. We'll see if she can live here. Wall goes down, not the best placement in the world. Tempest's going to come in for the Glacial Blast, and all of a sudden, we're going to see if they can turn this onto Prisoner. Nice ultimate goes down, and that's going to be enough for killing Nymphora. Trying to get the Sun off, won't be able to do so, and he's going to fall to the tower. So, ends up being a 1-for-1 in favor of the Legion side as they sacrifice their support hero for the opposing team's initiator. I guess one of their initiators, Bubbles being the other one. Rally here off to the side, looking for a jump onto somebody, presumably Bubbles. Does have Seismic Slam available, so wants this. Empath, I don't think that she saw him. Not totally sure. Drunken running up really aggressively. Look at the stun. Nice take cover. Seismic Slam, though, not even necessary, as the Compel actually finishes off Mr. Bubbles, thanks to the fact that the silence he didn't hit. Rally going to be in some trouble. Still does not have Compel for 5 seconds. And obviously the Shackle on it preventing him from going off anyway. Trying to run through creeps here and dodge everything. Hook will connect, though. Couple more auto attacks. No, Compel is available. Here off to the side, Torture's looking to cut him off, and we'll see if he can do so. Demoralizing Roar goes down. He went the wrong way. And Torture, they're going to land a chain reaction. Is going to let this kill happen for Prisoner 945 over here. Empath going to take some damage thanks to Drunken Master, but he'll get hooked back in, and all of a sudden that's going to be a bad position for him. Shackle goes down after the Stagger, but that's going to be enough here. Tempest going to perhaps get caught by Bubbles, but that's not going to happen actually. So Nymphora ends up being okay, as does Tempest, and that's the end of the engagement as the Hellborn side lose Bubbles, but they pick off both Rally and Drunken, so they'll probably take that trade.
The Hellborn have destroyed
and meanwhile, they also kill top tower, as Ubergamp on the Gunblade is having probably the game he was envisioning last game, as this time he's at 400 GPM, substantially ahead of everybody else in the game, including his teammates in Drunken Master, what are we even talking about? Prisoner and Bubbles. Sometimes words just float through my head and out my mouth. I don't really know why. But they often make me sound stupid. Jungle Dart going down onto Mr. Prisoner. Bit of a gang squad coming here, as Bubbles is invisible. Perhaps looking to jump onto Tempest, as Torture is providing some assistance. Has to be careful not to walk past his Word of Rev. But we'll see what they choose to do here. Tempest does have an ultimate available, and Bubbles will in fact just go and look to set up over here onto Nymphora and Bushwhack. Presumably looking for Kelpfield. And Bushwhack, you in some trouble, buddy. Song of the Sea actually goes down. There's the Kelpfield. And we'll see if they can do anything. Hook does not connect. Essence Link is draining a lot of health, though. And that's going to be a Prisoner Ultimate helping to finish it off. Squiz actually getting the last hit. And Shackle goes down on the Tempest. He's looking for an Ultimate. Will get it on the 2. And the Seismic Slam may hit a couple as well. And the Forest Stun also doing plenty of damage. Chain Reaction does go on to Tempest, but way late here. Bushwhack coming back in as the buyback was used for, Empath getting picked up by Drunken Master off to the side. One more auto attack will finish him off. Stagger actually has the damage. Torture also going to use a Triple Jungle Dart there, and then Enforzeal will actually finish her off. So ends up being a 2-for-1, and I'd say I was in favor of the Hellborn actually. They lost both supports, but they killed the Bushwhack, and they got a buyback out of him. Now if they get the spot tower, and it looks like they will, that could change the equation a little bit. Let's see if Prisoner looks to land a hook here. Indeed he does. Nicely done on the rally. Also going to be the Shackle. He's going to definitely fall. As the Zeal's done a little bit out of range and a little bit late. So Dark Sparta taking the death. And TCC looking real good here. Much, much better than Game 1, no doubt. Bubbles here in a lot of trouble, actually, as he's taking some damage. Haste the Drunken Master, and that's going to be a kill. One more auto attack. There it is. He's perhaps in some trouble here. Still hasted, but all sorts of stuns don't care. Obviously, the Essence Link's down the chain reactions. I don't care how fast you move if you can't move at all. Bushwhack down in this bottom lane. Perhaps going to set up on? No, it's just going to be Ancient Stack. That is addressed here. Nice Prisoner, Torturer, and Empath looking to take it out. Gunblade also here. That'll help, no doubt, with his light brand. Prisoner looking for a portal key, and assuredly, as he's sitting on, yep, there it is. Probably similar thing for Bubbles. Prisoner, you need to back off there, buddy. You probably got down about 10 health. So, we'll see. TCC still looking at a lead here, but not that substantial. Just about 2k in gold and a little bit less than 1,000 experience. Bubbles will be able to get over the ledge and just fine, as Drunken Master continues to run the aggression on him, repeatedly going after him. Empath gonna drop Ward of Sight, but she's gonna pay for that. And Enforzeal's actually barely hit on one side even. Empath will still drop here. Just running back into everything. Hook from Prisoner not gonna hit. And 4 heroes are now available. Illusion Room goes down, but they don't care. Seismic's time to finish off Bubbles. Drunken Master has a shackle on him, but he's just like, that's fine, I'll wait until it wears off. And Enforzeal not hitting anything. And Gunblade here looking for something off to the side. Actually, Prisoner will fall, as he does get caught. Gunblade looking to run in and out and in and out. Demonic Shield helping him quite a lot in his mobility, but it's not going to be enough here. Glacial Blasts go down. Are you going to be in or are you out? And now you're dead. So that was a terrible engagement right there. As Torture the only one to survive.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
And all of a sudden the Legion side at 2.5k gold. Jump on Bubbles once again. Does to take cover down and the shell search, so he'll be okay. But the Legion side are suddenly looking a lot better than they were, as they have taken a pretty substantial experience lead and a nice gold lead as well. Bushwhack here, gonna end up with the Shackle, trying to run away, trying to survive, will do so. Energizer there, very valuable. Gunblade wants to pick off this Courier. Is he gonna get it? No, actually he probably could have if he kept up at it. Rally here about 600 gold away from his portal key. And Tempest, not sure what he's going. Could also be the PK route, could be the Shrunken Head. They no doubt have several ways of stopping his ultimate. Obviously Empath and Torture, Bubbles. Port coming in as middle lane. They're going to have some aggression here, but that's not going to be it.
For you.
Mid tower is denied. Chain reaction, they're not going to connect. DD ran on Mr. Drunken. Kelfield goes onto him as well, and the portal key from Prisoner is going to help land the hook. Drunken going to be a lot of trouble here. He will fall. Chain reaction is still not killing him. Astrolabe's there as well, and he's going to live. Empath going to jump inside of Prisoner, but the Glacial Blast will be taken there. Lex Talianis goes off, and that's going to be a dead Prisoner. Empath also going to be a lot of trouble here, as it looks like Drunken's trying to chase her down off to the side. Meanwhile, Gunblade attached to Rally, but such a nice Tempest ultimate. Seismic Slam not even necessary, and that's just genocide. As Empath was also picked off on the side by Drunken Master. Extremely well-placed Tempest ultimate, and this is going to turn into a mid-tower push and likely a tower kill. Tempest does pick up Striders and a portal key, so going to be even easier for him to land those ultimates now.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
And, oh boy, TCC, you were looking so good, and all of a sudden, it just went bad. It went so bad. As they were up pretty substantially. You know, they were at 5k gold lead or so, and all of a sudden they're at an 8k deficit, 12k experience down. Just iffy, man. They've been making some iffy plays. And it's not been pretty. Repeatedly getting caught out, repeatedly. You know, the Legion side feels like they're a team. They feel like they play together, and they support each other, and they're like, alright, we're all going to go in here, and we're going to focus this guy, and then we're going to focus this guy. And TCC, I mean, you can see it early here in the middle lane, where Gunblade was like, do I go in? Do I go out? Do I go in? Do I... I mean, he was repeatedly going out and in and out and in and out, and he literally turned around like 4 times. And it's like, why? You know, if you're in, you're in. If you're out, you're out. But if you're in, you might get a kill, and if you're out, you're not going to die. What happened was he actually didn't get a kill, and he didn't live. The side here, nice shackle and hook there onto Nymphora. Probably not necessary to throw the ultimate, but oh well. Top lane, yep, Ubergimp can get caught out there, as the Seismic Slam can do plenty of damage. Drunken there to follow it up. Glacial Blast also helping out. Bottom lane, we have some convergence down here as Prisoner and Torture in the woods, perhaps looking to finish off a double stack camp before they take this bottom tier tower. Bell's heavily pressuring it with an illusion. Doing almost no damage. And down here, Bushwhack looking to get something. There's the Zealstorm Prisoner. We'll see if Nymphora can survive this. I assume she's dead. Yep, she is. Sorry. I've just seen, you know, a little bit too much of, oh, she's dead, but then Astrolabe heals and shit like that. Torture gonna fall for that, though, so ends up being a 1-for-1 in supports. As the guys on Sjol avenge their fallen brethren. Fake Bubbles will be killed. And the fake threat he presents to the world peace will be averted. So Lex picked up or upgraded? I think it's upgraded there by Empath. As we've been a bit of a null phase here. Legion side content to just farm things out, continually expand their lead. Bushwhack finally getting himself some respectable GPM here at 330. Drunken carrying most of the weight, 421. Tempest at 355, obviously doing quite well. And Rally not bad at all at 280. Compared to the Hellborn side, only one hero above 300, and just 3 heroes above 250. Obviously those supports, not surprising they're not above 250, but just not doing very well on most of their farmers here on the Hellborn side. M4 will ward right on top of a Legion ward, and that ward of Rev won't be in range to hit this one, so a bit unfortunate there, but not the worst. We'll see if Sjol can take down this top tower. It's already pretty low, so shouldn't be difficult. And they've brought 4, so it'll definitely be a tower kill here. It looks like Hellborn are actually sort of trying to respond to this, but it's not going to happen. I mean, they're going to kill this tower in a couple of hits. Even if they have Glyph, I don't think they're going to get there in time. Yeah, they're still not going to get here in time to do anything about it.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Side here rallying to some creeping while the rest of his team hangs out in the lane, and this would be a good jump opportunity for the Hellborn because this is a 4v5. Kelfield here is going to go on to Drunken Master, but he's like, alright, whatever, I'm going to pop the Untouchable and turn this on the bubbles. He pops the Shell Surf, and he's going to get the hell out of there and voids the Zeal Stun. And that will be the end of that. Actually, his Empath jumps aside Gunblade. But no further aggression there. Legion side wisely choosing to leave, as they knew they didn't have Bushwhack. They didn't really want to fight that. Instead, content to just take the tower and go. Also do a couple of ultimates as well, so no doubt helpful. Strunkens was used, but obviously I'll be back in 10 seconds. And they're still looking at more like a minute for both Bubbles and Empath. Ancient's getting down here by Drunken Master. Just get a Demonic Breastplate, so wouldn't be surprised to see a Shield Breaker on him as a second item. We very often see that negative armor stacking. Tempest here has that Portal Key, looking for a Shrunken Head next. They're going to Mighty Blade on top of his Astral Abe and Ring of Sorcery, so obviously quite farmed here at 350 gold per minute. And then with the Plated Greaves, a couple of wards, some Mystic Vestments, stopping some of that match damage. And then for a port is going to head bottom, I think.
A Legion tower.
Yep. And Hellborn Tower kills the tower, but they pick that with Bubbles. Fire Ram picked up there by Gunblade, so he'll be able to finish off his Searing Light. Prisoner likely looking at a Shrunken Head, as he's got a Mighty Blade picked up. Bubbles has that Portal Key, and probably going for Hellflower as he has the Apprentice Robe. Bushwhack also either looking for a Dawnbringer or a Shrunken. I suspect it's a Shrunken. I doubt that they'd ignore the fact that they have the Bubbles, they have the Torturer, Empath, and even Prisoner, I think, would be prevented by it. I think Gunblade's ultimate goes through Shrunken. Yeah. I think so.
Jetpack and good to go.
So, Legion side, not really expanding their lead substantially in the last few minutes, but maintaining it. And I think they're pretty okay with that. I mean, they've got the Tempest for team fight, they've got the push, they've got Bushwhack and Drunken Master for the late game compared to just the Gunblade. Bubbles is going to get progressively less impressive as this game goes on. Still has only 834 health, and he's pretty much capped out on magic damage. Obviously, once he hits level 16, that'll help his ultimate out a little bit, but it's not going to make him substantially better than he is now. While the Legion side are going to continue to add health, they're going to continue to add magic armor, and they're just generally outfarming their opponents, not by too much. Tempest over here going to get caught though by the Kelfield and the ultimate from Gunblade, and that'll be a nice kill. as they pick off the solo alone Tempest, and will also kill all of his minions, which is a fair bit of damage, or gold. I mean, top lane, lots of supports coming in, and Shackle goes down on the Bushwhack. He's going to be in some trouble as the ultimate comes in for Predator. That's definitely going to be a kill. Onto Mr. Bushwhack, gets the sidestep, but obviously the auto attack follows him. And a couple of good pickoffs there for the guys on TCC, so we'll see if they can turn that into anything. Reducing the golden experience lead now down to under 10,000. Perhaps Kongor will be a focus with 20 seconds left on Tempest and 35 left on Bushwhack. Not the most time, but if they focused it, they might have been able to get the big monkey down, and instead they will not do so. Tempest continuing to farm middle lane, pretty much by himself. Ancients are only single stacked, while the Hellborn are killing their own, I believe, double stack. And before the 37-second mark, so that'll respawn. Always important to watch. If you kill a camp after 37 seconds, I believe, within the camp, then the corpses stay long enough to prevent the next spawn at the next minute mark. And if you look there, it goes sinking into the ground, and it'll go away just in time for the new spawn to happen. And there it is. Yeah. Top lane, Bubbles could be in some trouble. Portal key available on Tempest. There it is, plus Bushwhack's here. Drops the kelp field and the take cover. Rallies there though as well. Sides of will finish him off. Meanwhile, off the side here, Bushwhack gonna put the shrunken head up. Won't stop too much. Gunblade gonna take the stun, and now he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. That's gonna be a 2 for nothing as they get the last auto attack. Obviously, Jungle Toxin still going off, so likely would have been enough. And that's gonna be a top push now. So they pick off Gunblade and Bubbles. That's a lot of their initiating potential. Obviously, Prisoner, a pretty huge part of it as well. And it doesn't do quite as much damage though without those two on his team by his side. And this is gonna be a top tower. We'll see if they try to break base with this. I don't think that they can, but it's possible, I guess.
Destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Not even gonna try. Not a huge surprise. I think Kongor is definitely the next thing to go after. Word of Rev there is right on top of a Word of Sight, so a little unfortunate there for the guys on the Legion side. As M4 is Word going to be countered more or less immediately. Once the Legion side get out of the Hellborn jungle, they'll probably send somebody over to attack that 4 times and make it go away. And they're sort of hanging around Kongor a little bit. Gonna go for a rune down here. I'm kind of surprised nobody's gone for it yet. Obviously, getting increasingly less valuable. You know, it started with can't be de-armored, and then it was we're just gonna make him a lot more powerful as the game goes on, and now the token was only 6 minutes, and now the token's only 5 minutes. So Kongor less and less important in the game, but still an important thing to address and to make sure that your opponents are not dealing with, because obviously that token of life can often make or break a push, especially once you start to go high ground. Having that ability to come back, especially on your carry, who's usually going to be the focus, can be insanely valuable. How much does that really heal for? I thought it was 300. 250? 200 health. Still a lot. Yeah, that's right. Word to say we'll spot out Drunken and Nymphora. They will be able to counter it right before it goes away, but won't be able to stop Hellward from getting away. They will clean up some Ancients though, so that's not bad. And I I keep thinking Kongor. I just keep thinking Kongor. Once again, BP Factory going to be putting a Word of Sight on top of an already existing Word of Revelation, and probably hating everything in about a minute when the Hellborn side counter that. Jump there by Tempest on the middle lane, as Shell Surf away will stop any further aggression. Legion side won't be able to do too much there to try to pick up a kill. They keep hanging around this Kongor pit, makes you think they're going to do Kongor. And for a port, going to bring herself only in. And they're dropping all sorts of wards, so they're definitely looking at Kongor as the thing they want to deal with. Bound not going to go off, they're going to find this Word of Rev. Actually, off to the side over here, Prisoner Ultimate going on top of the kill field. Going to be a kill onto Tempest right off the bat. Torture going to pay for this though too, and so does Prisoner 945. Bubbles trying to get away with the Shell Surf, will do so. Off to the side here, Gunblade running away with Empath inside, but he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Creeps continuing to follow him. Has that speed up there, and actually nice wall stops all the creeps. So he's going to be able to juke much easier here. Has no teleport for 15 seconds though, so he could get spotted. And he will get spotted. Yep, he's going to get spotted there. Compels there. Seismic Slam will finish him off. And now Empath's dead.
I'm just getting started.
So 4-4-1 as they lose Tempest, who did not use his ultimate. So he's going to back up in 25 seconds. And yep, Kongor. So Kongor will be killed here, pretty much no doubt, by the Hellborn side. Or by the Legion side, excuse me. And that will be a nice token, presumably, for Mr. Bushwhack. Actually, no, Drunken. Drunken makes more sense at this point. Better farm, has an open slot.
Kongor has been slain.
And he will pick it up. So, Shield Breaker is there on him after the Shrunken Head, so I forgot about that, but Shrunken definitely makes plenty of sense, as well as it does on Bushwhack and Tempest. Staff the Master picked up by Rally, so his ulti range is going to be enormous. If Tempest manages to catch, 2 or 3, maybe even 4 heroes in an ultimate, they're all going to die. Because Rally is basically to be like, I can ult from outside of the ultimate and just hit everything inside of it. I don't even care. So, Hellborn in a real bad position, though. 35 minutes or so into this game, and TCC definitely just surviving longer than they did in the first game, but still not looking super great here, as they're about 16.5 gold, 18.5 experience down. So a pretty substantial lead. Actually, Nufor going to port right on top of everything over here. Torture going to put chain reactions onto all of them, but in the meantime, they end up catch up Bushwhack. He will fall despite the Shrunken Head. Rally Ultimate will be stopped by the Kelp Field. Ultimate from Tempest does a lot, and Seismic Slam is there. Kills everybody. Prisoner Book just barely going to survive. Still has a Shrunken Head up, but he's also going to fall here for now. And that's it. Bushwhack is dead, but this is going to be a push. Drunken Master still has that token of life. And Gunblade and Empath, the only heroes that are available to defend. So bot tower here, pretty much going to die. 20 seconds at least on everybody who needs to resurrect. Jump there on a Gunblade though. Lextelios gets taken by Rally, but the stuns on the Gunblade have been plenty. And Rally just fine with taking some damage. CC Boko's down, and I think that's going to be a game. Yep, there it is. So TCC loses here in the Scrim series 0-2. Game 1 obviously was quite poor, but they showed some promise here in Game 2, and eventually I think made some pretty poor decisions, and it really cost them not only their lead but the game. So hopefully we'll see them improve and make some better choices from here on out. We saw some stuff from them that looked promising. But in the meantime, Sjolopimperne is looking on point. They're looking like one of the better teams in these mid-tier scrims right now, as they win pretty consistently. So, well played to them, and well played to both teams. And Sjolopimperne takes the scrim series 2 games to none.
A Hellborn barracks has been